quite a lot of money for local startups. I mean, with from what Mimi is saying, from is it Nigeria, right?
Yeah, yeah, they've issued it recently in the last week or so, 1.4 million. The equivalent, it is 2 billion now, which is the equivalent of $1.4 million. And as a
Interesting.
small startup, I mean, you start with investors giving you maybe 500K, 1 million, 200K, 100K. You'd be lucky if you're like the Flutterwaves and the unicorns of the world, where you have people throwing 80 million at you, but you don't. So
Another thing that I kind of I'm seeing, here is that, which is a concern, is we kind of seeing some sort of a copy and paste policy here, and some of these African countries are literally adopting frameworks that are designed for Europe or the American markets, and that's completely not going to work. If you're not adapting them to the local conditions, that's going to be a big problem. Because if you're seeing low banking penetration and high formality, you know, I mean, we're also seeing a strong P2P usage, right? So regulations can just end up pushing users back into the shadows rather than protecting them, and that's something that we should look at.
Yeah, and that is exactly where capital flights comes in, right? If local frameworks are too harsh, guess what happens? Users and companies move offshore.
yeah,
Yes, they move offshore. They will use foreign platforms, they will use informal brokers, or they will operate via P2P network that is even less transparent if they are building a P2P system. And if you look at some of the concerns of these regulators, they are doing that to prevent capital flight, right? So the same thing that they are trying to prevent, they may end up kind of supporting or backing it, or maybe amplifying it if they are not careful with their regulations.